Good day, everyone. Welcome to Bird Speaks Tarot. This is a general reading and is for entertainment purposes only. I got some cards out ahead of time because I forgot to turn on the camera as per usual. Straight away, we have no lights on. SSA. SSA, give me a second. There we go. We can see some stuff. Okay. We have Venus and Beloved in reverse. So somebody, and 2 + 1 is 3. So somebody in your community or family, like a cousin, sister-in-law, somebody in that general relation to you is hating on you right now. When I say hate, I instantly notice the fiery red-orange planet, and it seems like they really, I feel like they're seething. And then I know why they're seething, and that is because they are losing their shit over this money. That hate that they're feeling, they sent your way. They sent your way some way, somehow. You could have ran into them, I don't know, in the grocery store recently, by the tzatziki, I don't know. That was very specific. I'm just kind of joking around there, but you know what I mean? Maybe you ran into them in the grocery store. Maybe this was a neighbor who had a package wrongfully sent to your address, and they were able to come retrieve that. Either way, these people were in close proximity to you, and whatever they were trying to send your way, like usual, you were, as always, heavily protected. Now, you may have experienced some things, just to let you know, that said person brought something other than them than a nice bump into the grocery store, or to me it feels like something is happening in the background that these people know about that maybe you don't, or maybe you do. And I can smell desperation. It stinks. I can smell it. I can smell fear. I can smell desperation. I really, whatever's happening is not working out in their favor. So at this point, they're throwing anything and everything at the wall to try to get to you, as far as most likely spell work goes. And if this is your reading, you're going to know, because you're going to know that people already have been targeting you. This isn't a new thing. This is something that's been going on for some time. However, like usual, you were able to purify whatever nastiness was sent your way with grace and strength. Because you are strong like an oak tree. Because you're not the only one really, how do I want to say? I mean, your spirit is in the meat suit. And maybe the meat suit doesn't match your actual spirit on the other side. Who you really are could look very different in this realm than who you really, really are on the other side. Or in the spirit realm. Just picture, you are, I want to say Paul Bundy, but is that a serial killer, or is that what's the guy with the axe in the woods? You're some hardy, you're a giant, okay? You're a giant in a tiny, maybe you look like this. But really, you have some powerful spirit guides protecting you, like this wise woman of the grove, who holds the treasure or the key. And they wouldn't have given you this if you weren't strong enough to hold it. They knew that you were strong enough to carry whatever treasure this is, and to be able to defend it even in your little ballerina body. You know, because we're not fighting. Sorry for all the ums. We're fighting a spiritual battle, right? This is a war between good and evil. And I think we know who's on what side. At this point, it's time to bring on the Hagitude, okay? Or maybe they're going to be bringing on the Hagitude. I kind of feel like this is them. I feel like they're not going to be able to hide who they really, really are. Maybe they have in the past. Now this honestly could be you, and it's funny because this lady is kind of giving me a moth. If you look really close at her forehead, like there's something about her that is giving me moth. And a moth came out the other day in the last reading, I believe that's up. It was a few days ago, but it's the last reading that came up, and I wasn't sure what that meant. But this person looks like a moth that's stuck in a spider web. It's not a good place to be. So I feel like whoever this person who despises you is, whether it be, like I said, a neighbor or a sister-in-law or a cousin. So it's not like mother, daughter, something like that close. It's a little bit outside. Third house. Think third house stuff. Slowly but surely wins the race. There's a message coming in here. It could be a message of healing with this bell, with this sound. Here's the key that you hold. Somebody could be an Eastern star, or that could just be like you are a star. You know, maybe like you might not be famous or anything like that, but you could be a healer. You could be someone who has a healing practice. And whenever your problems get too big, you turn on the white stripes, be like the squirrel girl, and you break your problems down, your big problems down into little pieces. And just like the little squirrel, you can stay safe and nourished through a long, harsh winter. When you break your problems down into little pieces, you're gonna be like the squirrel, girl. Be like the squirrel. Oh. Gather your nuts and give 'em a whirl. You know what I think? I think you're the dark horse. I think you're the dark horse, because whoever this person is, whether it be like maybe a cousin, sister-in-law is kind of linked up with this community. Maybe like you moved back home, and when you moved back home, everybody had created some sort of an alliance while you were away, and when you got back, they had a plan. They don't like CFAs, come from aways. They don't like CFAs. They don't like you. You don't fit in. You know, you were raised somewhere else. You're not one of us. But ma'am, sir, you're a dark horse. You are actually from here. Well, maybe you're a starseed and you're not technically from here. But you certainly deserve to be here. I mean, you do hold the key. You have answers to problems these people don't. And like the dragonfly, I think you're a master, because the dragonfly is both water and air. I think you're a master of your emotions. So sometimes people's emotions run high or hot. And my hibiscus there, that little cute flower, that is has many healing properties. Actually, this turtle loves to eat it. Nom, 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 nom. That's food and nourishment for this turtle, right? So that kind of gives me like somebody, if the Samsa's here, somebody was absolutely sending something your way that was blocked, stopped, or transmuted. And when I see the turtle with his little white hibiscus there, it's like It's almost like I pictured a video game where the turtle is like the little character, and he's going through like the game, and he's like yum 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 yum, or like the bad guys. He beat the bad guys. You know what I mean? And when the bad guys evaporate, they turn into this little white hibiscus, and now the turtle gets to eat it. So whatever like superpowers or magic or sorcery they were sending your way, you literally now have more points. More points, more healing power. You're stronger, better, faster. So yeah. And you know about this because Bird Speaks Tarot. And your messengers always tell you about the upcoming challenges and the difficult pathways and the blockages people may be trying to send. You always have a heads up, right? You always have, not only do they provide you with a heads up because birds speak tarot. They give you the key. They're like, oh, hey, by the way, these witches are planning this. Here's the key. Feel free to use it if need be. If not, you know, you're highly protected. We can either send it back to where it came from, or we can just, you know, we can just turn it into a little hibiscus flower, and you can num 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 and keep those superpowers. Because if you keep it, it does mean that somebody is losing it. You know, people should be careful what they're giving away. I mean, I gotta tell you, third house, these people thought they were gonna play games with you. They thought they were gonna play games with you. They didn't realize that you were a dark horse. They're like, oh, we're gonna ruin this bitch's weekend. Nope. Nope. Oh, you're gonna weaken her before the full moon at the end of the month and then finish her off. It didn't work out. And somebody's losing their mind over this because whatever spell work was sent your way over the last few days, now has somebody losing their marbles. And they're losing their marbles over this money. So what money? What money? Like, what are they, why are they, you know, this could also be they took a chance because they're desperate. They took a risk. They took a chance. They took a gamble. They played a game. And now what? Tell me about the marbles and the coins, bird. Teach my go little bird. They're loyal, obedient, a supporter. Is that how they're showing up? Sorry guys, one quick second. Feed the kitties? Oh. Perfect. Okay. Mama yard. The kitties need some food. Well, they did. They don't. I thought they did. Loyal, obedient. Okay, so we have this. Yeah, okay, so this is my spell work card. I'm not surprised that that came out. We have this family of rats. These dirty, dirty rats. I don't know what's in that jar there. Is that some, like, herbs and things you want to loot? Maybe some chaga? Sitting in their basement with this book of spells in the dark. Is that what you're doing? You're in the basement in the dark with a book and some herbs. Casting spells. As a family. It's a nice family weekend thing to do, hey? or a weekday thing, you gotta do it before the long weekend. We gotta make sure there's no laughing, no smiling, no having fun over there. Gotta make sure. Gotta make sure. Well, somebody's losing their marbles over this money. It sounds like nobody's laughing, nobody's smiling, nobody's having any fun with Venus and Beloved in reverse. Uno reverse. You want to play games? You want to play games? Playing games means you could win. It also means you could lose. This obedient little fella. You know, it could be the Chinese zodiac of the dog. Now, this is usually good about friendship. See, this is what I'm saying. Somebody coming up in your face, looking like a friend, right? But the card right next to it is showing exactly who this friend really isn't. Bring on the Hagitude. This little moth lady's stuck in a spider web. Yeah, I'd be upset too if I was in Web of Lies. 33. The Key. Opening doors. Closing doors. Getting the answer. What's the answer? Or maybe this is just the key that your bird friend gives you. Because if you speak tarot and Bird speaks tarot, he can easily hand you the key to get, or you know, this could be you. Maybe they tried to put you in the spider web. They made a web. They made a web to catch this pretty blue-eyed moth in. But she had a key to the spider's house. I don't know, maybe the spider likes this one. Maybe the spider admires this one. Maybe the answers come from Bird, who speaks tarot, to get her out of any problem she needs, even out of this thicket here. See this thicket? Yeah, we don't get stuck down there. We don't get stuck in the brambles of the underworld, you know? Anytime that someone is in a cloud of dark, you know, maybe a storm even, maybe an emotional storm, Bird always knows that the storm always passes. It always passes. Like clouds in the sky. Bird knows that it always passes. No matter how dark and how loud and how many lightning strikes, the storm always passes. And the bird can be safe at home. You know, the bird weathers many storms. There's not a lot of, maybe these people called you a bird. Not in a good way. Oh, she's a little bird, just a little easy pick off. Something we could pick off, an easy target, a little cheapy bird. A little finch, maybe. And this, we're the raven, we're gonna go eat it for breakfast. But turns out you're friends with the finches and the ravens. So that didn't work, right? Your roots are well planted. You come from the earth. So earth magic doesn't work, right? And maybe there's a lot of air in your chart, so air bending doesn't work. Maybe there's a lot of fire or a highly aspected fire in your chart. Or maybe even in your protector's chart, like your ancestors. Or maybe you just have ancestors that you can't fuck with because they're strong, just like this oak tree and just like you. Collective, I don't know who's coming for you. I'm sure you do. And if you don't, you're about to find out. Because there's messages coming in. Messages that's going to provide healing with those bells there. Maybe even another key to another problem is on the way. Because these guys can sit in a dark, dungy, dirty old basement with that dingy-ass book and those weak-ass herbs. But you're too stable. You're just too stable. Like the oak tree, you're too stable. The storm cannot blow down an oak tree. Not this one. Not this one. Not the tree of life up in this bitch. So, collective, your cousin, your neighbors, your sister-in-law thought they wanted to play a game, take a chance, take a gamble. What happened? What happened? There's too much love in this tree. There's too much love in the house. 2 + 4 is 6. 6 house of service. Virgo. Wait, no. Virgo is not that. Wait, yes it is. Yes it is. Right? Is Virgo 6 or 8? Oh my goodness. Well, 6 life path is someone who is very nurturing, family oriented. We have the Jack of Hearts there as well. The Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is full of joy. They cherish the things they love. You know, the heart speaks of happiness and enjoyment. There's not a lot that you can do to change that. You can show up or throw magic to have Venus, the planet of love, try to be worked against. I don't know, this bee reminds me of a card that's a symbol of organization, a hive mind. When you, collective, are independent and not part of the hive mind, you're free to love the way you'd like. And largely, especially your family. So anybody trying to, I don't know, shake a foundation, bring a tower in to your home life and your children and your playfulness and your happiness and your innocence is instantly blocked by God. Someone out here trying to ruin your long week. Sorry, if you're in the States, this is Canada's long weekend. It's Canada Day weekend. Canada's Day is on Wednesday, so everybody's kind of like celebrating this weekend. Maybe these people were trying to ruin that for you. But you are obedient. You are loyal. You know who you're loyal to? You're loyal to your loved ones. You're loyal to Mother, Father, God. You're loyal to your God body, your spirit. You know when something's not right. You know when something's not you. It's really funny because you kind of understand that coincidences are more than just a coincidence as well. So you know, collective, where this is coming from. Somebody you've recently ran into, somebody trying to play a game with you, somebody trying to act like your friend. Tell me about this dog, please, bird. I'm also getting somebody is loyal to money. Like they're losing their mind over money. Yeah. Mice in reverse. Are we talking about a backfire? Backfiring on this, it could be, like I said, Chinese zodiac of dog. This is my upright. As you can see here with the heart, it goes this way. This is a, you know, this person's going to have a hard time cleaning it. Look at chaos, like chaos magic, problems, mistakes, worries, anxiety. It's going right back to whoever this dog is. I love dogs. I love dogs. I love snakes. I love mice. I love rats. I love them all. So when I'm talking about, you know, it's just for symbolism. And I always have to apologize to my little animal friends when I use them. I'm so sorry. You guys are so cute. I love you guys. I wouldn't have you in my house because you have holes and stuff. But I like to play with you at my friend's house. My friend has rats, and they are super smart. These particular fucking rats are not. These dirty, slimy, flea-ridden, disease-ridden. Yeah. Somebody's obedient to the wrong people. They're literally like on the wrong side. Like, kind of during like 2020 when you figured out who in your family and your neighbors were part of like you know, back when like World War II and all that was going on. I'm like trying to watch what I say because I don't know what I'm allowed to say on YouTube, but like, you know, when they were like putting people in camps. And everybody's like, how could that many people get hurt and how could that many people get slaughtered and nobody did anything? Like, why didn't anybody do anything? Nobody did anything because they're obedient to money, to power. And it sorry, I just heard like crazy yelling outside. I was hoping it wasn't like an emergency or something. Or like it kind of sounded like the kid in the background. I don't know if you could hear that. It sounded like he's like, oh my god, look in the sky. And I, for some reason, automatically thought it was a spaceship. Anyway, shiny squirrel. Where was I? It's going back to these people. These people are obedient to the wrong things. They should be obedient to. They should listen to their heart. They should abide more by this than their greedy thoughts. There's a reason why, like, you see a lot of celebs and stuff absolutely miserable, even though they have so much money. It's hard to be happy when you don't have a soul. So, like, if this person, whoever's doing this spell work, has obviously relinquished their soul, because if they had one, they wouldn't be casting this type of stuff, like, to make you sick and anxious and worried and stressed. That nobody with a soul would do that. Tell me about these mice, please, bird. You know, yeah. They're exposed. It's over. This is a permanent ending. Okay? Ace of Diamonds and the Nine of Diamonds. So it looks like, so Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, they're exposed for the death magic that they're doing. It's being returned. Sorry, this is the wrong way. We could put this there exactly the way it showed up. Because your nature spirits, your ancestors know you're pure and have helped purify any negativity that was sent over here. You did it with grace. Your ancestors are incredibly proud of you. And you're strong. You're strong like your grandma and pop. Okay? You're strong like your great grandma and your great pop. You're strong like the ancestors that were there in the beginning of time. This light and this tree and these roots go back to like literally the beginning of time. Like they don't know what they're doing. These people that are working with, what are you guys using? Etsy spells? Like stop. Like stop wasting your money. Stop wasting your money. Stop wasting your time. You know, that like if that were to go back to you, dude, like what's gonna happen? You're gonna lose your teeth? You're gonna lose your hair? What you're gonna either lose or gain too much? And not feel good? Don't worry about not looking good, like all the celebrities who have obviously lost too much. Yeah, they lost too much, alright. They lost too much trusting Big Pharma. Like, and these guys, again, have all of the coins in the world, and they still can't get away with, like, oh, I'm not doing weight loss drugs. You're too pure for this. They don't understand. And they, you know what? They're so confused as to how, like, they think they know you, right? They think they know you. So they don't understand. But they don't, they never wanted to know you. They never tried to get to know you. They just, right out of the gate, put you in the corner, was like, she's not from here. She's not one of us. She's not part of the group. And thank God for that, right? Thank goodness for that. Your innocence is your innocence is the key. Your purity is the key. You're pure of heart. You're innocent. Are you perfect? No. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. You know, something that these people maybe should know before sending this to you is who they're actually up against. Who they're up against. Are they up against somebody who learns from their mistakes? Or are they up against somebody who denies and deflects and manipulates their mistakes to try to hide it? You know, it's always there on the inside, don't you? You might be able to hide it from your neighbors, your cousins, your friends. You might be able to hide your guiltiness, 33 on the clock. Your shadiness, you think you can hide it behind a smile. You can't. It's always lingering. It's inside. It's making you sick. That's what's making you sick. Greed. Maliciousness. Cunning. Trickery. Sneaky. Those are all very, especially like if you're going for, like if all you want is money and power, sex, money and power, like you're gonna stay low vibrational, meaning you can't touch the high vibrational people. It's never gonna work. It hasn't worked. It's never gonna work. It's not gonna work. Tell me about these roots, these ancestors, because you want to know something? It doesn't matter where I am. The ravens and the crows are always there. They're always there. Delivering messages to the ones who can hear them. Bird speaks tarot. Honestly, you don't even need tarot cards. Just listen to the birds. They tell you. They warn you when somebody is going to do something. They pay attention. Pay attention to what the birds are talking about. They tell you. Like, you ever get up in the morning and, like, there's kind of, like, chaos outside, like, from the birds? Like, it's like, it sounds like maybe there's a hawk in the yard or in the neighborhood, and, they're all on high alert, or there's a cat. There's something they don't like tripping around. They'll let everybody know, right? They'll let all their homies know. They're out there like, right? They also do that for you. So, like, if you ever are trying to get ready for work, trying to get ready for school, and the crows are, like, kind of giving you anxiety because they're, like, if you want to call it a bad omen, then it's a bad omen. They're trying to let you know, like, hey, something's on the way. Either they're actually going to pull up in your driveway, or they're going to show up on your doorstep, or a mysterious package is going to show up on your doorstep. Oh, sorry, wrong address. Did a package show up? Oh, did you bring it in your house? Yeah, I was trying to find the rightful owner of this package so I can send it back. Because you're innocent. You wouldn't just keep it, would you? We have a gentleman with the Ace of Cups. Possibly a King of Cups. Somebody who gave you a gift. Maybe somebody who crossed over. Maybe an ancestor who's crossed over gave you a gift. To understand birds and animals and children and the innocent, and be able to discern who is and who isn't. Things pop. Well, these guys are confused and they don't hear nothing. It's weird because these neighbors, these cousins, these sisters-in-laws, they don't get it. They're so freaking confused how you have the key. How did you get the key? You're not one of us. Oh, but aren't you? I think that's the point. You're not one of them. And that's why you have the key. Because they're false. This whole family is false. And that's why you were skipped. That's why you don't get it. That's why you don't have the key. That's why you don't get to win the game. That's why you don't get the healing superpowers. That's why you don't have protection. That's why you don't get the messages. And that's exactly why the dark horse is the star. Okay? That's why. Because the star is an earth angel. The star can heal things, including themselves and others. Only others who are in alignment. And because you are this person, there is a great fortune on the way. Because you don't throw stones back. A mature woman on the way. Distant horizons, mature woman. Again, did you see the number 6 at the top? You know, the 6th house is the house of service. So this woman is here to help. Is here to serve the greater good. Is here to move, like the ship, things forward. For the children, the innocent ones, Because 33, who's concerned, your time is up. What happens in a courthouse? Judgment. Judgment happens. Adjudication happens. Time is up. You're a false person. Here's the main female. This is the main female. The main stable female. And they're concerned. They might even be worried that your occupation, not the job you have to toil and labor in, but your side business, is going to land them in jail. And they're in bad health, stressing out about this because they expect this male in reverse, this couple, sorry, I might have went off there. They expect that the male in this couple is the bad guy. Did you date somebody who was a bad guy? Did you date a bad guy? Did you date a bad guy who set you up for something? What happened? Did you not like him and say, sorry, I don't think this is working, so he made a vendetta to ruin your life? This mature man? Or the mature man might be the official person. I'm not sure yet. However, reading is getting a little long. You guys tend not to stay much long after 40 minutes, but I don't know. It looks like the official person might be in despair, or this official person in quotes. This mature man. Yeah. Could have lost their job or their position as well with this in despair. They're out of work. Sorry, I forget to show the camera sometimes. I'm new at recording. I'm not new at tarot, but I'm new at recording, so my bad if you can't see well. Also, leave a comment about it, because I am more than happy to adjust things if need be. I am planning on changing around the reading area. I have to make some adjustments for other things. So we'll have a new setup, and someday I'll be probably like doing a face reveal, just not yet. But somebody lost their position. It says not hiring. Now I don't know if that's their job or if that's like literally their position of, like, maybe they're in a position of authority. Somehow we've seen 33 a lot. That tells me organization. They may have lost their position within an organization. And here they are back where they belong, in poverty with these rats, because that's what happens when it goes back to you. Collective, you probably didn't even have to lift a finger. But I am glad that we're back here, that we're not occupied with other things. And I love you guys, and I hope to see you again. Peace.